Welcome to the third and final part of the series of step function. In this part, I will explain how can we deploy step function from Terraform as infrastructure as code. You can use other infrastructure as code as well, like CDK with Python or CDK with another language or CloudFormation or whatever. But I will explain in this video with Terraform. If you have not seen the other two videos of the series, kindly to watch them and let me know how did you like them. So I hope you will like this video and give me some feedbacks. So without wasting more time, let's go ahead and create one step function from scratch with our infrastructure as code. Again, if you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe and comment your thoughts. Let me know what you liked and what you didn't like as well. I will try to make some recommended videos from you guys if you have any. So sit tight and enjoy.
So here in this part, what we will do, we will generate this step function with these parallel branches with Terraform as a code. How we will do that, how to write the Terraform code, how to create the step function, we will do it from scratch. I have generated the code already, and I will push that code into our Git repository. I will give the description in the description box of the URL of the Git repositories. Please take a note of that. You can find it in my description of this video. Apart from that, I will explain the whole code line by line here in this video, and so that you will be able to generate your own step functions. You will be able to modify your step functions in the Terraform. Please do note that this video is not about how to write code in Terraform. If you want to know about how to write code in Terraform or what Terraform is, you can refer to my other Terraform video from my playlists. That will help you a lot. I have explained how Terraform works, what is the state of a Terraform, how to reserve the state, how to reserve the backend as well in the Terraform. So you will get to know about that. So please refer to that video. In this particular video, I will only focus that how to create a step function in Terraform. I do expect that everyone must have a knowledge about Terraform before proceeding this video. So let's go ahead with this video. So after we are done with our video, or after we are done with our deployment, we will have a similar kind of structure of a step function like that I have opened up right now, and we will design that from scratch. So let's go. Now in this particular code you see here in this particular repository, or I will upload this repository, as I said, we can see that Terraform code has already been written. This is my exact Terraform code that we will be using for deployment. So what this Terraform does, so if you have knowledge about Terraform, you know that we have always a main.tf where we refer to our modules. So here we are referring to our module step function which we will create. So in the module step function, that means there will be a module called Terraform step function. The source will be from here. So this is the present working directory. From here to Terraform step function, this we have a folder, and under that folder we have a step function.tf. So it will take this particular file wherever there is resource are defined. So what we are defining here, we are defining resource. What we need is AWS FNN state machine. This is Terraform language. This is step function definition state machine. Then we need one step function. This step function has a name called my step function mod. We can clear this name here maybe. So the name is my step function. And this is the definition of the step function. So before coming to the definition, we need another property or variable for this to create the step function. Is that the role of the step function, what that role will be. I have already created one role for this step function. You can also create the role for the step function in the UI, or you can also create the role here in this Terraform. How to create that? Please refer to my earlier video, how to create a Terraform role. You will be able to find that. If not, then please let me know in the comment section. I will make a video how to create a role in the step function in a Terraform in a separate video. So this is the role layer, and if we see the role here in our management console, we see that this is the role that we will be referring to, and it has a SNS access, SQS access, Lambda access, and CloudWatch access. So because if you see in our particular this picture, we need to have Lambda invoke, we need to have SNS publics, we need to have SQS send message with our step function. So we need that permission. One permission is missing. I think the create bucket permission is missing. So I will give that permission as well. Now, if you see here, I have given all the full access here, but in production, do not give full access. Only give whatever is needed. So for SNS, I only need publish SNS message. For SQS, I only need push SQS message. So please give that part only. Don't give the full access. Uh, as it is for demo purpose, I have given it. This is fine. And as we will be logging something in the CloudWatch logs, so I have given CloudWatch access. So let's go ahead and give the S3 permission as well, because it needs to create an S3 bucket. So I will give this role permission for S3 as well, so that it can create a bucket. Again, S3 create bucket is sufficient, but as for just as this is a basic understanding purpose, or this is a demo, I am using full access, but in production do not use full access. Anyway, so this is the role that we will be referring to. So our name is this one and role is this one. You know what, I will move this role a bit. Okay, I will copy it here. So this is my role. So this is my name, this is my role, and this is the definition. So definition of what? Definition of my step function. So the definition means how a step function will be designed. So what will be in your step function? This is a JSON format, and we need to write it down in your terraform. So and you have to be very careful when you write this. So in the terraform documentation, you will be find you will find that how a step function needs to be designed, how the definition needs to be given, but it's not enough. You have to really dig through like how to create a definition in a terraform. I will tell you a trick about how to create it very simple way at the last of this video, so please do watch this. But before that, let me explain. So the comment is something that you can give whatever you want. That this is an example of a step function state machine, and the start at parallel execution. What does it mean? That means the terraform. So if you see this picture, the terraform will be starting as a parallel execution. This is what we have defined here, and this is a parallel execution, and the timeout for the terraform is 300 seconds. Then the states. So what are the states of a terraform of this parallel execution? That means this one, this one, this one, and this one. So if you see states, we see that the parallel execution. So the state will be executing parallelly, and the type will be parallel execution, and then we will have branches. We have 4 branches. So if you see branches, so this is my first branch, and this particular branch is starting at lambda 1. That means my lambda 1, this particular branch is starting at lambda 1. First state is this lambda. So now I have to define what lambda 1 is. So the lambda 1 is a state, and it is a type of task which has a resource of this lambda. Now if you remember from my second video, we have already created 3 lambdas before, and 1 SQS and 1 SNS topic. I have also done that. So I have created, let's go to the management console once, and let me show you. So if I go to lambda, I have created 3 lambda function. Now if I go to SNS, I have created 1 SNS topic here, this one, and if I go to SQS, I have created 1 SQS queue like this. So this is the same thing that I have done in my second video as well. Created the function and the queue and the SNS topic first, then we have referred that to our step function. This is what I have done here as well. I have created the function and then referring here. You can create the function in the terraform as well. You just have to create another resource block with the function name, then the ARN will be generated, and you just have to refer the ARN of previous resources here. That's very much easy. So that if that is not clear, let me know in the comment section. I will also make a video out of it if you need to know how to create another resource here in this resource function. You can also refer to my earlier video of Terraform, where I have created multiple resources in a particular file, and we have referred the ARN of one another. But for this, I have already created the function, and I am referring to here that then the step is wait. So the next step is wait. Now if we refer to our picture here, that after lambda invoking we have to wait. So this is the next step, is wait. So the state, so the lambda 1 state is doing, said the lambda 1 is a task, and after the task is done, what it will do, it will go to the wait task. So this is type wait step. So this is my wait. So now we have to define what is wait. So this wait is a type of wait which is kind of for 5 seconds, and then after waiting for 5 seconds it will go to the next step, which is SQS send message. Now we have to define what is SQS send message. This SQS send message is a type of task. The resource is kind of, this is the AWS SDK for sending messages. AWS ARN AWS states SQS send message. So we have to check, we have to use resource for here. I have a very hard time for finding this particular resource, but you will get it here. I will give you a trick how can you do that. Then we have to pass the parameter. So the parameter is the message body as it is, so that the whatever message we are receiving from before, we will pass it as it is. And the queue URL, the queue URL that we have to define, we can take it from the management console. If you open this, let's open this queue, this one, and you will be able to see the URL here. So this URL we need, http sqs us east 1, this is the region amazonaws.com. This is the same thing, then the account number and the queue name. So this is what the queue URL, and then we have this step as end true. That means our first step is done. Then the second step. So the second step is SNS publish. So we will start at okay, I have changed this one a bit here. Here SNS publish. So this is my second step where we are saying that, so we will come to this one later. So we have this start as SNS publish. You see here SNS publish. Then we have SNS publish. We have to define the SNS publish. The state as the type. This one is a type of task. The resource is similar to SNS publish, our SNS topic, and then we have to pass the parameter or the ARN of our SNS with this parameter, that is the message, and then the topic ARN. So this topic ARN, you will be able to find it from the management console. You can also create this topic and the previous queue in this terraform function itself. You have to create another resource block, and you have to create this topic, and you can just refer to the ARN of the topic here. Then after publishing the topic, what it will go to the lambda 3. The next is lambda 3, and we have to define lambda 3 now. And if we are defining here, the type of the lambda 3 is task, the resource is this one, which one I have created, and then end is true. That means this part is true. Our third part is only invoking lambda. This is this part, this one, which I said that we will come to later. So this part has only one state, that is lambda 2, and that lambda 2 is a type of task which has a resource of a lambda function. Then the end is true, that means this is end. Now the next and the last step is to create bucket. The create bucket state is kind of another task where the resource is this AWS SDK S3 bucket create bucket type, and then the bucket name. So this is the parameter where we have to pass the bucket name. So you know what, I will change the bucket name here, and then maybe give, let's see if it takes, or maybe this random number I will. Okay, that's it. Then my end is true, then the whole step function end is true, and then the end of file. This is the end of file, that means my definition ends here. So this is the definition, and this one you have to write the JSON format, you have to create or you have to prepare. You can refer to it from your Terraform documentation, but this one we have to create. Great. Okay, so now we are done with our step function definition. Now what we will do, we will deploy it. Now before deploying, you know what we do always, that we have to generate this backend. So to generate the backend, we have to create a bucket first. So we will create one dynamodb table, and then we will create a bucket. So let's first create the dynamodb table. So why we are doing this, what is Terraform backend is, please refer to the earlier video of Terraform of mine. You will be able to understand why we are creating DynamoDB table and why we are saving the state. This is a very good approach of doing terraform with a state that is saving in a S3 bucket, and the state lock is happening with dynamodb table. This is a very good approach of doing it, so that we don't override each other's uh, work. So we should be always doing it. So let's create the dynamodb table. I will create it, I will give it a name, and the partition key always starts with a lock id. The partition key name should be lock id. Then we will create the table, and then we need one bucket. We go to S3, we create a bucket. So my bucket is created, everything is done. Let's see if my dynamodb table is created or not. So my dynamodb table is now active. So this is fine, this is great. Now we will be able to initiate the terraform file, and also will be able to plan and deploy the terraform changes. So let's initiate now our terraform. Okay, now I have opened the terminal and configured my AWS credentials as well. So if you see here, if you do AWS configure, you will be able to configure your AWS access key and secret key. I have done that. I will be using the region US East 1. So this is fine. So what we will do here, we will initialize terraform in this location. So our terraform initializing backend will happen. Our terraform s3 bucket will be initialized. Our terraform dynamodb, it will check if dynamodb table will exist, is exists or not. Everything, it will install all the dependencies from HashiCorp, everything. And this is now it has created the terraform log file. Now this is, if you don't know why terraform init or how terraform init works, you can also refer to my earlier video to get an idea about why terraform init is required. Now what we will do, we will do terraform plan. Terraform plan will execute, will refer to our existing infrastructure, or whatever we have defined in the TF file, and it will create a plan that I will try to deploy these resources in this account. If you are okay with it, go ahead and do terraform apply, and then you approve it, and then it will be applied. So terraform plan is actually validating all the terraform resources which will be applied or created, will be created in the terraform apply phase. So terraform plan will show you what are the resources will be created, what it will modify, what it will update, and everything. So this is very much important. So let's wait. Okay, it has done. So it is done actually. Now you see we have done terraform plan, and it takes our definition of step function, and it shows that this is the name of my step function, this is the role of the step function, and it says that one to add this, my step function will be created, and it has taken the create bucket, the lambda 3 SNS publish, everything it has taken. So I think it is okay. Now I will do terraform apply. So whenever we will do terraform apply, it will again check the plan, it will try to apply it, and before applying it will ask me for approval. You can also do terraform apply minus minus required approval never. It will auto apply before this particular prompt will not come, so that you don't have to type in yes. But I will do that. Basically I want to again validate everything, because I see that one to add, so everything is fine. So from my side everything is okay, then I will type in yes. You go ahead and apply. So it will try to create the step functions now, and it says that my step function is created. Now let's see our management console. Okay, let's go to management console. Yeah, here, and let's go to step functions. And we see that my step function is there. If we open the step function and if we edit it, we will be able to see the definition of our step function with a nice view. You see here this one. So we have my parallel execution, lambda 1 invoking, then waiting for sending message for SQS. Then we have another step with lambda 2 only. Then the third step is publishing SNS message from there to lambda 3, and then another one is creating bucket. So we have, so we know that our step function is created. So great. So this is what I wanted to share with you, that how in Terraform you can create a step function with a very minimal effect. Now coming back to the question, right? So the tricky question was, if we have to create this definition by our own, this is a very huge effort, and we don't know actually what to put here in this particular parameters and everything, and how to do that. This is a very tricky question actually. If you go to the Terraform official website, I have had a very hard time finding all the resources or all the properties one by one. But then I find one trick. What you can do here, so if you already know your design, so what you can do, you can just go into this code here. After design, you will be able to see here code, and you will be able to find the definition here. So you can take the JSON from here. The most funny part is now, or the most important part is, now if you want to run a ECS task, suppose you want to modify this whole infrastructure, and you want to also run a task or ECS task, or you want to create your own branch. So you can drag it, you can put it here, so that it will now run an ECS task in this branch. You can again go to code, you can take, so this part you can just copy paste this run ECS task, and you can make entry to your code, and then your code is ready. Then your code will also get the same update. When you deploy your code, you will also get the run ECS task as your task as in your step function. So this is very much easy. You only have to give this parameter, like this cluster name, like this task definition, or whatever it is. Like here, if you see here, this is not defined, so you have to define here, or you have to create the ECS task, or you have to create the ECS task here before in another resource section, and you can refer to the cluster ID or ARN or whatever here. Then this is very much easy. If you don't need that, you can just delete this particular ECS task. Then your task definition is as it is, or your code is as it is. So this is a very nice trick to have it as an infrastructure as code. I know we can do it from management console very easy way, but it's always better to have all your cloud resources with infrastructure as code, so that you don't lose anything. Now, as I shown you the trick, I hope you liked it. So basically this is it. This is what I wanted to show you in this particular video, how to create a step function with a Terraform infrastructure as code. Let me know if you like it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Now again, if you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe to my channel, and if you are already here, please give me comment section how can I improve this content of the video. Also, please let me know what exactly, or what is your need in terms of future videos. I will try to make video out of it. So I will be back with another exciting video. So till then, take care and goodbye.